On today's video, I travel nearly 700 kilometres to visit 3 mountains that are absolutely fantastic. One is a mountain I've been up lots and lots and I got it in ideal conditions. The second mountain is an iconic mountain where I take my tent to the top and well camp. And the third mountain is one I've never ever been up before, and I wish I'd been up before this because the views from the summit are absolutely exquisite. Right, hopefully you can hear me. Right. On today's adventure, I am off on Monday. It's Saturday morning. It is minus 9 degrees. And I'm going for a 3-day adventure, so I'm off on Monday. Maybe a wee bit of wild camping, maybe 2 nights wild camping, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to be heading, the plan is, well, the plans are pretty flexible, but the plan at the moment is to head to the north of Scotland, to Acid, but we're going to stop before that because I'm meeting up with Jerry and we're going to do a couple of Monroes en route. Jerry can't make it for the weekend, so he'll be heading down after that, but that's the plan. So yeah, really looking forward to this. The weather is looking stunning and yeah, nice wintry, cold weather. So yeah, I'll bring you back later on when I'm at the car park ready to tackle the first 2 Monroes and we'll take it from there. So I pulled into the icy car park. It was reading about minus 10 at this point and Jerry was waiting for me. At this point here, I'd been travelling for 55 miles to reach, or that equates to about, I don't know, about 90 kilometres. And yeah, it was the first stop off on my wee adventure. And the start of the walk, you park at Balsporing Cottages. See that, Jerry, isn't that fantastic?
Fantastic. Freezing though.
Freezing. Minus 10 it got down to.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it's much above that.
There's Jerry. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so as you probably heard, it's like Baltic. Yeah. We're at Dromukta, a couple of hills here, Gile Cairn and Varkanish.
And macaroni.
And macaroni, as Jerry's pronouncing it. And it's about, well, my fingers are about to drop off, so shall we report further up the hill once we've got a bit of blood going?
We better keep moving and get the circulation going because it is rather chilly.
Freezing.
Right. Shut your bag for you as well.
Yeah, I've had a problem with leaking platypus.
A leaky bladder, but it was his hydration bladder, not the other one.
Look at that behind us, that is absolutely stunning. Wow. Right, report back in a wee while. If the camera works. So we just stopped to, you've taken a layer off, haven't you?
Yeah, I've taken a gilet off because it's so cold, but it's so still that once you start you generate a lot of heat. At least I do anyway, a lot of hot air.
Well, it's not cold, well it was minus 10 on the car on the way up, but because there's no wind, it's just one of those stunning days. Absolutely beautiful, so I'll spin you around and show you.
Lovely views.
Right. Cracking. Yeah. Sunglasses steaming up as soon as you put them on.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just doesn't a grouse up here.
Perfect weather problems.
Yeah, usually they're rhymed up with hail and horizontal rain.
So it was absolutely sublime conditions, and as I mentioned, the only issue we seemed to be having was the sunglasses steaming up, and that's a problem I'll certainly take over freezing cold rain and howling winds. But yeah, blue skies and white mountains, there's not much that beats that. It was just turning out to be one of those days. Oh, we're not far now, and you're just saying it's very arctic, isn't it?
Who needs Spitsbergen? Wait till you see the view.
Yeah,
fantastic.
It does feel very Scandinavian there. Beautiful. Wow.
Wow.
First one. Nice one, Jerry. That's superb.
Good one, Murray.
Oh,
fall off the
crampons. Right, we'll spin you around and show you what we're looking at. But what's up here?
Stunning.
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning.
The Dromukta Hills sometimes get a bad press, but I think the views from the top of them, especially the top of this one, Gile Cairn, are absolutely stunning as you look down the length of Loch Ericht and over towards the mountains around Ben Alder. It's a fantastic location. And look at that, isn't that just wonderful? Over to Ben Alder, right?
Amazing.
There we go. So I'll probably stand here, sit here for a minute.
Yeah.
Get something to eat, what do you think, Jerry?
I think so. Have some breakfast maybe.
The views, I'll put some footage up now. 360 views today. It's just absolutely beautiful. Just a very, very slight breeze at the moment, but nothing to be concerned about. Nothing to cool us down really. But right, we got a wee bite to eat.
I think so. Breakfast time. Breakfast time.
So we sat and had our breakfast to views to die for. It was just a perfect winter wonderland. Having finished our breakfast, we could see the bulk of Varkanish to the south pulling us on, so it was time to pull ourselves away from Cairngorm and start heading towards Munro number 2 for the day. That's us down now at the Bealach, so we've come down off. It doesn't take too much effort. Was it about an hour, just over an hour for us to get to the summit?
Just over an hour to the summit.
Because it's probably one of the highest roads in the UK, the Dromuktor Pass. So you're starting really high, and I don't know what the height of that one is. I think it's just over Munro. I think it's
9 something.
926 maybe.
So 926. I think you start at something like 400 or 500 metres.
So it's good, and the views are outstanding. When you get to the top, those views down Loch Erith. You were saying it was very fjord-like.
It's like a fjord, isn't it? Just cutting its way through the hillsides.
A big trough. So we're at the Bealach, the low point. We're away to go out of the sun for a wee while, so it's going to get cold again, and head up Bard and Varkanish, and we'll report back when we get to the second summit of the day.
Second summit.
Back in the sun. Right.
Into the shade, a bit like doing a spacewalk, you know.
It's freezing again.
Yeah.
It certainly was like entering a freezer as we dropped down into the col and away from the sunshine. It was freezing, and we were certainly glad when we started to rise back up the slopes and the sun hit our faces again. What a difference a wee bit of sunshine makes. Anyway, we were heading onwards, and soon we could see summit number 2 in our sights. And we're nearly at the summit. The view, look at the Cairngorms.
Utterly amazing. Try not to say stunning all the time.
Stunning, amazing, fantastic. We'll spin you around and show you in just a minute. And there's the summit. Don't know if you can see that or not, but we'll report back when we get there. We'll stop and have another bite to eat. Woo!
Nice one, Murray.
Nice, Jerry. Brilliant.
Well done.
Munro number 2. So this one's a wee bit higher, not much, but slightly higher. It's called Varkanish, but it's just a bluebird day, isn't it? It's just
absolutely splendid.
The views are just fantastic. You can see the Cairngorms now as well. They're coated, and everything that's not got snow in it's just got that deep frost feel about it. So it's coated in a.
Way in the distance, is that Ben Ann, is it?
It could be.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyway, we'll stop here for 10 minutes, and we might need to get our spikes on. There's quite a steep drop off here, which could be problematic. But we'll assess it and get back to you. It was another lazy summit stop, and we were in no particular rush to leave, but leave we must. I still had a long journey ahead of me for the rest of the day, and we could see that cloud moving in from the south, so we headed off the initially steep part of the mountain before getting down onto the shoulder and following the track back towards the Balsporen cottages. There we go, right.
So, we're back.
We're back. It was quite a nice day. It was beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, lovely. Conditions were great. 4 hours, car to car, not bad.
So it's just about 1 o'clock now, we left about 9. So beautiful. A beautiful day, beautiful morning. So nice to get out in the snow, and especially with there being no wind.
Yeah.
But time to tackle the road now. So stay classy.
Stay classy, Dromuktor.
Nice
to be.
See you later. Let's go. Right, that's Jerry's away back down the road, and that's me away to head up further north, hopefully to an iconic mountain. My plan is to do a camp on the top of it, or one of the tops tonight, but the problem is there's not many places to pitch, so if somebody else has got the same idea, there won't be room for two of us. So anyway, let's travel north and I'll report back. For you in a few minutes, for me, about 2 or 3 hours. Let's go. So I got going. It was still over 200 kilometres to get to the destination I was hoping to go to in the north of Scotland. So I left the freezer of Balsporen and headed on to the A9 and started heading towards the wonderful area of Assynt. After a fair few hours driving, I soon arrived at my destination and the car park for the start of the hike. Right, I've just arrived at the Stac Pollaidh car park. The sun has just gone down and I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and camp up here. There is one other car in the car park, so I'm hoping that there may be just a late hike round Stac Pollaidh and that there's nobody else up there, because it is quite confined. But yeah, I'm going to get something to eat here first, so I don't need to get my tea when I get up there. I think I'm going to have a pot noodle, lovely, and then I'll just get cracked on, get the head torch on, get the big backpack on with all my camping gear, and yeah, I'll report back probably when I'm hiking up in the dark. But for now, let's get some tea. So I had my tea and I soon got my backpack saddled and ready to go, and it was heavy. I had all the camping gear, all my camera gear, and I also had a wee hip flask of whiskey, which I was looking forward to warming me up on the top of the mountain if I got there. Right, hopefully you can see me okay. That's where I'm going up there. Hopefully the camera's picking up to Stac Pollaidh. Just hoping there's nobody going to be on the summit. But it's not pitch black yet. If I spin you round, you'll be able to see this way. That's the Fiddler. You can see the last of the light just starting to fade behind that. And yeah, I think yeah, I can't put the head torch off. It's too dark. There's no full moon. So yeah, let's go. Let's go up here. I'm actually seeing 2 head torches over here, which is great. That must be the people from the car, which means they probably aren't camping, which is good news. So let's go and I'll report back probably when I'm up the back and round the other path and heading towards the summit. Easter summit anyway. Right, look at this there. There's Culbeg. I was going to be going up that one. Anyway, let's go. Whew. Again, I hope you can see me. That's me round the back of the mountain now, and it's just so silent. There's no wind, and because it's dark, all my other senses are heightened. Even the littlest thing, like if I don't know, if one of the straps of my bag brushes against my clothes, sounds a lot louder. I'm thinking, what the hell's that? I can even hear the blood coursing through my veins or arteries. Anyway, let me just see if the camera will pick anything out, because it's starry, but let me shine this. It's a bit snowier on this side of the hill because it's the north side. I've been caught with that before. Put the light back on. Couldn't see anything there. I'll put some footage up at the top. I am looking forward to getting the tent up and doing a bit of stargazing though. It'll be lovely. So yeah, I'll report back at the top. I think I should be there in the next half an hour, hopefully. So after a little bit more sweating and toiling, it was freezing but there was no wind, so I was building up a bit of a sweat. Anyway, I got to the top and eventually found myself a wee pitch to get the tent up on. Oh, right. So you can probably see, I've got the tent up now. But yeah, just precariously, there's not many pitches up here on Stac Pollaidh, so I've had to use some rocks, and I've managed to get a few pegs in, so hopefully the tent doesn't fall down in the middle of the night. So yeah, I'm just going to get everything that's set up and then have some whiskey, I think. So in addition to the whisky to keep me warm, I also had all my winter camping gear, which the main parts are a big thick down ground mat, which is essential to keep your body from getting cold off the ground, and also my winter Rab 900 Ascent sleeping bag. Ooh. Well, it's a bit of a wonky setup with the tent. I've got rocks, as I said. Such a nice night, and there's no moon, so I can see the Milky Way, which is just amazing. Let me just turn this off actually. Might be able to see me better. See the Milky Way, and there is a slight green glow to the north. Nothing like that I got last week. It was last week I was up the Millardic Hills where the aurora was just unbelievable. But I'm catching some to the north with the camera. I can't see anything with the naked eye, but the stars are just fabulous. It's just one of those nights. So yeah, I've been doing some time lapse. I'll put that up now as well. And just chilling in the tent. There's no wind. It is well below freezing. My water's starting to freeze. I'm going to keep that in the in the sleeping bag tonight. Don't want to make that mistake again. But anyway, I'll maybe report back a wee bit later on before hitting the hay. But what a lovely evening. Right, let's chill in the tent. Oh, right. Well, it's getting on a bit. It's about 9 o'clock now, and the moon has risen, as you can probably see. And yeah, quite an impressive sight. It's not a full moon, but still very impressive. It's quite low in the sky, so it's quite red. Fantastic. So probably means the stars won't be quite so bright, but anyway, it's really cold. My feet and my fingers are are cold, so I'm going to go into bed now, get into my sleeping bag. I've obviously got my winter kit. It was -10 when I drove up to meet Jerry on the highly accurate campervan thermometer earlier on, so I reckon it must be, I don't know, not far off that at the moment, but there's no wind, so that's a good thing. There's no wind at all, so it's not quite as cold as it could be. But, yeah, I'm going to hit the hay now. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. I'll report back when the sun is rising. Well, good morning. I slept okay. I always sort of wake up every couple of hours. But anyway, it's about 7:30 now, about an hour till sunrise, so I'm going to get some coffee and I'll spin you around and show you the view. It's not too bad, so hopefully you will agree. Let's show you this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Sylvan Kilmore, and the summit is just up there. So yeah, that's the eastern summit. The western summit's a true top, so I might go along there later. I've not made my mind up yet. It's a bit slippy to make it to the real summit, I think, but anyway, I'll explain more later. Let's get a brew on this now and I'll report back in a wee while. Right, just a quick handheld piece, the camera. See the band of Venus behind me there, coming over. It's lovely, 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 lovely. And you can see how precarious the position of the tent is. It's right, let me spin you around actually. Right on the, right on the edge. There's the tent and there's the drop there. That's the eastern top there. I might go there tomorrow over towards the Fiddler. And over here, I might head along here later on, but that's over to the western top. You see the drop down to the Beanlack there. There's a wee scramble up here. It's just lovely. Look at that. What a view, eh? What a view. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right. Just going to wait for the sun to come up, and then yeah, I'll maybe pack my bag up and head over to the western summit. I might not make it to the true summit, but it's icy and snowy like this. There's no doubt about it by myself. We'll see. Right, let's get some time lapse done. Right, so I've decided to come try and get to the west top. I don't know if I'll go all the way to the top, but yeah, it's lovely. There's the top I'm camped on. I'll spin you around. I'm going to be heading up and round here and up there somewhere. But what a morning! Look at that. Right, battery's running out in this camera, so let's go. So I set off on my task to see if I could get to the true summit of Stac Pollaidh. And it's not a mountain to be underestimated. Although it might be small in height, it certainly has some gnarly scrambling, and I bet you there's been a lot more folk come up here and visited the eastern top and not gone further along due to the scrambling. There's nothing too difficult, but you do have to take care. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place to be. Certainly one of my favourite mountains in Scotland, that's for sure. Right. Oh, just a quick bit. I'm almost at the crux, which is this block right there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go up and round it. There's the true summit there. I might just end up going to this. So my voice just stopping there was actually the microphone running out of battery, or the cold draining it. The camera gear was starting to fail. So I'll pick it up again, and here's me on the summit next to the true summit of Stac Pollaidh. Oh, well, tell you what, the wind's got up. It's really breezy. Hopefully you can hear me. My Rode wireless, or it's not, they haven't broken, but the microphone jack on my Sony camera is broken, so I can't use them. So I've got a different method for audio. Anyway, I'm at the west top, not the true summit, which is just tantalisingly close. I did go down and have a look at the bad step, but I didn't. There was just a few bits of ice. And those bits of ice were on slopey bits where I had to put my feet. There was nowhere else to put them. And they're good handholds. It's not difficult, so I could have done it, but I just thought if I'm coming down and it's a bit tricky, there's already a bit I've had to slide along with my bum because it's all verglass slide ice, so I wasn't going to take the chance. I'll put a link in the description of the video I did when I got to the summit, and I actually did the route coming over the bad step. I recorded myself going over that, so you'll see it, but it's not too difficult, but it's not a place to slip in it. Anyway, the views are just as good here. It's just spectacular. I can see Canis, the hills to the north have got quite a lot of snow in them actually. Sullivan's looking magnificent, Culbeg, Culmore, absolutely stunning. So yeah, I'm going to head back down to camp, straight camp. I'll probably spend a bit of time down there because I'm in no rush. I think I'm going to go over and do the Fiddler tomorrow, so I'll get back down to the van, and yeah, let's report back once I've got back down to the tent. Everything's failing, all because it's so cold, all my batteries are dying and so on and so forth. So anyway, let's go. I'll report back in a wee while. Woohoo! Of course I didn't leave immediately. I stayed on this summit for quite some time because the views
were just absolutely brilliant. It's one of my favourite areas in Scotland, and Stac Pollaidh, although small, gives great views to all the other Ascent mountains like Culbeg, Culmore, Sullivan, the Fiddler, Canisp, Cwniag, just the list goes on. So here's just some footage of me enjoying the views. Right, that's me, as you can see, striking camp. Just been taking my time really, and sat and chilled in the tent. It's such a nice day, but every now and again there's clouds starting to envelop Stac Pollaidh behind me, and yeah, the forecast isn't as great for up here for tomorrow, so I think I might head back to the van and keep to the west coast and head south a bit and see where we end up. But for now, I'm going to get the bag packed up, start heading down. Oh, right, time to go. Stick back on. Oh, that's the clouds starting to come in a wee bit. Right, let's head down where this cloud envelops us. Right, report back at the van. I'm just ambling my way down nice and slow. It's there's a wee bit of verglass in the rocks and just take my time. It is cold though. I met a couple there going up who said the Met Office summit forecast for Stac Pollaidh was stating it was air temperature -7 with a -16 wind chill, so they explain why everything was frozen and all my batteries are dying. Anyway, let's go. Oh, right. Oh, hello. This isn't the car park at Stac Pollaidh. I'm just outside Ullapool. Yeah, I've decided to go south. The forecast isn't looking as good for Ascent for tomorrow. So I think I might go down to Glen Coe because it's actually looking quite good there. I'm not sure what I'll do there, but I know it quite well. And it puts me closer to home. It means I'm not doing a 4.5 hour journey home. It'll just be an 1.5 hour, 2 hour journey home tomorrow after I've done the hill. So yeah, let's head down there and yeah, I'll report back when I get to my destination. Let's go. So it was still a beautiful day and I was keen to get as much driving done in daylight as I could, but Glen Coe was still a fair whack away, probably about 150 miles, which is about 240 kilometres, so I was certainly putting the miles in to get the good weather. But anyway, it was a lovely, lovely drive down past Inverness, where I did stop for a coffee, and then down the Great Glen, and it was just one of those days. It was still about -7, -8 most of the way down, and very, very frosty, so care was required. Anyway, after a few hours and quite a few podcasts listened to, I finally pulled up in Glen Coe and my destination for the night. Whew. I'm tired. That was quite a drive down from Assynt to, I'm in Glen Coe, and I've got a few options for tomorrow, but I think what I'm going to do is a hill I've never done before in Glen Coe, and it's one I was actually thinking of wild camping up at 3 or 4 years ago, and I've come here a few times to go and wild camp up it and then haven't because of various things. I think the only thing that will stop me tomorrow is if there's an inversion or signs of an inversion. Then I might go up the usual suspect, but yeah, it's to be windy tomorrow. There is snow forecast further east. It was -8 down to -8 on the way down the Great Glen, and some of the hoarfrost on the trees was just lovely. I wish I could have stopped to take some pictures, but maybe my dash cam picked up. If it did, you'll be seeing the footage now. So yeah, I've got here, I've had a cup of tea. It's been quite nice. Just none of the hikes that I've done have been strenuous, albeit yesterday I did the 2 hikes and then went up Stac Pollaidh with a big pack on, but in comparison to the week before, I don't know, this won't be chronological order, so this might be a few weeks ago, you would have seen the Millardoch Hills. But I feel okay. Tomorrow isn't going to be a big day, I don't think, unless I decide to do something else. But it's just been great having a wee road trip and just going where I want. I've just really followed the weather, to be honest with you. It is meant to be slightly better down here in comparison to what the weather coming into Assynt was going to be. So yeah, it's been quite fun. A lot of driving though, a bit tired. I'm just glad I've got my diesel heater tonight. It's going to be luxury, a bit of luxury camping in comparison to last night's wonky tent. Anyway, I might go and do some time lapse. It's really starry outside, but I think the cloud is to come in overnight, so I'll maybe go out and do some time lapse just now before the cloud comes in. And yeah, I ain't going to set the camera up too far from the car, so you'll probably see some road shots as well. They'll be up now if it is. So yeah, I'm going to shut up, and yeah, I'll probably see you guys in the morning. Right, I'm just up, got the bed away, slept okay, nice and cosy, had the diesel heater on. I'm suspecting it's got a bit milder because last night the inside of the windows were all frozen, condensation was all frozen, and there was cloud cover due to come in. So let's go and see what's happening outside, shall we? Let's open the door, see what the weather's like. Resistance. Not bad, not bad. The top of the buckle's got a wee cap of cloud in it, so I think I'll not be going up the usual one, and I'll probably go to this new hill which I was talking about. But for now, yeah, coffee time. I'm going to have some caffeine. Right, I've had my coffee, and yeah, time for go for a wee daunder up this hill that I've never been up before, so I'm looking forward to this. Just hoping the cloud stays above the top of the hill that I'm going up. The hill I'm going up isn't a Monroe, so I'm hoping the cloud level will be down. Oh, there's a wee robin, don't know if you can make that out in the camera. Look at that. You probably can't make that out, but he's sitting. Hiya fella. Hey, yeah. I'm not getting anything for you, I don't think. I'll give you some later on. Right, let's go. Well, it's chilly, but it's not as chilly as it has been, and that temperature has risen probably to negative digits now. And up we go, and one part of the West Highland Way known as the Devil's Staircase at the moment. I've been up here a few times before, but I'll be taking a different turning in a wee while. All will be revealed. Oh, well, almost bang on cue. I just stopped to get another layer on, and there's a wee snow shower coming, so
let's get a second layer on. And yeah, I think today I'm going to talk a wee bit about variation as well. And yeah, but right now, let's get a second layer on because that snow's starting to get a wee bit heavier. Right, oh, it's instantly better. Just that extra layer. And the hood as well, I also think putting the hood up helps out. I've kept the big hood down. Let's get up here a bit further and I'll talk a wee bit about variance. Right. Oh, right, that's me at the summit, well, the summit at the top there, the cairn. Some of you might recognise that if you've done the West Highland Way. And 9 times out of 10 I'd head up that way and continue up. I've done a few wild camps up there. If you kept, that's the start of the north side of Glen Coe. If you continued along there, you get to the Enniskillen. But I am not going that way today. I am going to be going this way to that hill just there, which is called Benvrec. It's a shorter route, but I've had it on the hit list for so many years. I actually hope to wild camp up there, but I'll not be doing that today. But I'll wreck it out. It looks like there's plenty of places to pitch the tent. So, but yeah, there's a few snow showers coming and going. Look at this. Look at the buckle around here. Let me spin you around and show you. Just look at that. I don't know if you can make it out. Let me zoom in. So atmospheric there. Mr. Bookie Buckle. And then the one that I usually go up to there is Ben Acrulista. That's the one I'm going up today, and then round here you can't see much, but round to the moors which are in the cloud today. So yeah, let's get cracked on. It's going to be quite breezy up here, so yeah, I'll report back when I'm at the top in a wee while. Right, let's go. So we've got such a variety of landscapes in Scotland. We're so lucky. I think this video has kind of highlighted that. We've had snow-covered rolling hills of Dromukter and the views over to the rolling Cairngorms, the high plateaus, and then up to those Inselbergs of Ascent and clear days, and now down here in Glen Coe. And that's not even talking about the border hills or Skye or anywhere like that. Oh, beautiful. And even here in Glen Coe, I could have done so many different walks today, but I've chosen this one because it's lower down. I think I mentioned this earlier on, and it's still cloud free, whereas I can see all the Munros. I mean, the Buckle's top is touching, but you know, to the north the moors are all covered in cloud, and I would have been walking into the Scottish mist had I done anything else. So I'm quite happy with this choice. Let's crack on and I'll report back in a wee while. Shouldn't take me too long to get to the summit now. Let's go. Oh, here we are. Wow, what a viewpoint. Benveag it's called. Benveag, I think is how you pronounce it. It's Bheag. And it's just over 600 metres. Tell you what, it's an icy old wind. That's another thing about variation. The weather in Scotland, it can vary from day to day, but also from minute to minute. It's lovely, the clouds clearing a wee bit off the Buckle. It's just glorious, actually. Absolutely glorious, but it is an icy wind. And I tell you something I've not talked about is what I've been wearing. I mean, it's been really cold. I've been down to double digits on some days, and I've got base layer on, I've got a thin jumper on, then I've got a gilet on, then I've got my mountain equipment Kinesis sort of mid layer on, and then my Revolution Race outer, and I've got a waterproof in the bag. And I've just got these are kind of more autumn trousers. They're canvasy trousers. They're probably pretty useless in the wet, but when it's dry you can get away with them. And I've also got thick socks on, winter Keela socks, and Step 1 leggings on top of my Step 1 pants. I can't recommend those pants enough. They're really, really comfy. and I've got my Salawa boots and my gloves. I've got another 2 pairs of gloves in the back. So yeah, I'm going to sit here and take some photos, and I'll report back to you in a wee while. Right, let's do that. Whew. Isn't this wonderful? Look at this, it's starting to clear now. You just about see some of the tops on the mountains that they call them in moors. Wonderful, bit of sunshine. Top of Benacrulista is clear. Lovely. So just as I said, you just wait 10 minutes and the weather changes. But I tell you what hasn't changed is that biting northerly wind. It's blooming freezing, so I ain't going to hang around too long. I'm going to get my bag packed and head back down. I've taken some pictures, taken some time lapse, which you've probably seen. It's just wonderful, but time to head back to the van for a cup of tea and a Scotch egg. Oh. Right, let's get my bag packed away. My hands are numb, my fingers. Should really put my big gloves on, but just being lazy. Once we get moving, we'll start to defrost. Like I said earlier on as well, putting the hoods up does help. I've got my buff as well. I forgot to tell you, I've got my buff, which I think is a great piece of kit. And it's cold and windy like this, I bring it up and put it over my nose. But anyway, right, let's go. Better forget this camera. Report back when I'm back at the van. Oh, right. That's me back at the van. Let's get a coffee on and I'll do a final synopsis. I've got some caffeine in me. I'm feeling quite tired actually. Even though it's just a small haul this morning, the days are catching up on me. Oh, right, well, just had my cup of tea and a Scotch egg. And if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. It's been a great wee trip, something different, a few different areas of Scotland and lovely winter conditions, really just fantastic. And to top it all off, I had a wee robin in here earlier on. I left some crumbs on my dirty mat and he was sitting eating them. He came in and yeah, but not quite out of my hand, but certainly he was in here helping me clean up the crumbs that were left over. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, something different. As always, stay safe out there and I'll see you on the next adventure.